Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another episode of Left 4 Dead 2 Myth-Busting Mondays. And in today's video for the final myth, we're going to be testing to see if whether or not that if the airstrikes in the Parish campaign can actually kill a player. Picture this, you're playing the Parish campaign, let's say you're on something like, let's say, expert mode, you're the only one alive, you pull off a couple of epic clutches where you somehow saved yourself from a smoker, you were surrounded by zombies, and even after all of that, the safe room is right in front of you. And then, boom, a airstrike completely nukes you, and you have to start the whole campaign over. Is this something that if you were truly unlucky could actually happen to you? That's what we're going to be putting to the test. If you guys end up enjoying today's video, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and all that beautiful stuff. If you also have a myth of your very own that you would like to be featured in next week's episode, please by all means leave it here in the comments down below, or also alternatively you can leave it within my Discord server, which is going to be linked down below in this video's description. All that being said, guys, I hope you end up enjoying seeing this week's episode of Left 4 Dead 2 Myth-Busting Mondays. Myth: can you use a grenade launcher to get back up the no return slope in Dark Carnival Chapter 1? Alrighty guys, the first myth is submitted in by Dr. Zed, aka Dan. Alright, so I do believe that the myth is pretty straightforward, so we're going to be showcasing the best attempt here, which was completely successful. I was able to get back up the hill very efficiently. And the cool part about this is that you don't die of fall damage, so you can get up here with everyone already being down the slope, because this area doesn't give you fall damage when you're going down the hill. Now, unfortunately, as cool as this looks, you're realistically not going to be able to do it because a grenade launcher, to my recollection, doesn't spawn on Dark Carnival Chapter 1 anywhere, and so the only way you'd be able to do this is if you already had one in a game mode like Rocket Dude or something. But nonetheless, it's cool, and it is also confirmed if you wanted to, you could be able to grenade launch your friends back up the no return slope in Dark Carnival Chapter 1. Myth: does attacking a survivor make them less likely to help you? Alrighty guys, the second myth is submitted in by Nightmare Sonic, I guess. Now, as much as I would love to be a conspiracy theorist and say that the bots troll you and will retaliate in certain instances by not helping you, but I know that that's not true. Valve would not program such a thing, and even if they did, we would have caught on to that by now. Instead, I know it's a mixture of bad luck and also the fact that the bots are more stupid than a brain-damaged goldfish. So to put this myth truly to the test, I'm blatantly going to destroy the shit out of Nick with my M16, and I'm also going to, in the same time frame, also damage myself and see if whether or not that Nick decides to heal himself, or whether or not that he decides to heal me because he has a short-term memory. Alright, so any second now, I'm going to fully incapacitate Nick and damage myself, and you guys are going to laugh at this because as soon as Nick gets up, he immediately heals me, despite the fact that I laid into him with several bullets. So yeah, I think this is the most blunt gameplay example I can give of the fact that this would be busted, because if Nick is going to heal me even after I basically almost killed him, I'm pretty sure he's not going to take vengeance out on me at any point. Myth: can a smoker grab you through the death toll train car side windows near the safe room door? Alright guys, the third myth is submitted in by Nova. Now, when we were testing this myth, there was some really weird interactions that ended up happening. I'm going to show them to you right now. So, with the window already broken, me being as the smoker and Dan playing as the survivor here, you guys will see that the smoker's tongue can't grab him for some odd reason, even though there's a clear line of sight and there's nothing in between us. And changing one key detail, that being the safe room door being open, all of a sudden now it works. I can grab Dan as if nothing changed. Now, both of these results happened more than once and on both windows, which means that the game is being selective based off of whether or not that the safe room is open. Now, in your comments, you said it should work even if the safe room door is closed, but it didn't. So because of that, I'm going to have to label the myth as busted, because it seems that if it's open, that's the only time this will allow you to be able to get somebody. It's just like as soon as you're in the safe room and as soon as you're definitively in there, the game's like, nope, too late, you can't grab anybody. Myth: will the witch attack a special infected if the special infected scratches her while she's stumbling? Alrighty guys, the fourth myth of today's episode is submitted in by Ace Rose. So Dan is going to give himself a sniper rifle, one of the only few guns in the game that can actually stumble the witch, and then shortly thereafter, I, as the hunter, am going to attack the witch and see what happens. Alright, so here we go. Dan shoots the witch in the head with a sniper, and I'm going to start scratching. But it looks like that she's just attacking Dan per normal, but I still persist nonetheless. But after enough persistence, she does eventually aggro on me, and she even ends up fully killing me. But since it took a second, we decided to test this at least another time, just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. So here goes the second time. The witch got stumbled once again. I'm going to be the exact same special infected, so there's no other possible placebos. And once again, just like the first time, after enough scratches, she decides to aggro on me, and she does fully kill me once again, and then goes for Dan. See, it's funny, it's almost as if like the witch knows that I'm trying to injure her, so she changes targets all of a sudden for a brief moment to get me out of the way so she can focus on who she actually wanted to kill. Alright, so Myth 4 is confirmed. Special infected players beware, because if a human player knows about this now, and they stumble a witch, and you scratch the witch prematurely, she might target you instead. Myth. Can the random airstrikes on the Parish Chapter 4 incapacitate/kill you if you're on 1 HP/black and white? Alrighty guys, and then the last myth of today's episode is submitted in by LWD Cartoons. Now within the Parish Chapter 4, if you even sit in the spawn room for too long, you can actually get hit by debris from the military airstrikes, and this will do damage to you. Which means that hypothetically, if we were a low enough HP, we could die by these airstrikes. Which now means all we have to do is just find a different spot in the map where we can get hit by some debris. Now, it didn't take us that long to find an area where the airstrikes hit pretty consistently, and one of those locations was this building right here. One of those areas being within this building right where I'm standing, and another area right where Dan is standing. The one caveat, though, to this myth is that we were running into a problem pretty consistently, which was that whenever we were in black and white and on 1 HP, the airstrike would happen too quickly for us to be in the correct spot in order to get hit by it. And I don't know if this is due to just bad luck, or if Valve purposely didn't want players just getting hit by shrapnel unless it was inside of the spawn. Now, after trying this for a couple of times, I did eventually manage to get a clip where an airstrike caused a piece of the roof to fall on my head, but unlike the shrapnel in the spawn, this one didn't do damage to me. But rather than calling this busted, I wanted to show you guys a clip from when I played Cataclysmic difficulty in Left 4 Dead 2, which, by the way, if anyone has still not seen that video, I do recommend that you guys check it out. It's an hour long of frustration and funny moments. I think you guys would get a kick out of it. But around the half an hour mark within the video, there's a moment where my brother Nate, was incapacitated on the road, and I went to go revive him, and the revive animation had temporarily got interrupted, and it looks like it was because of an airstrike, because if you zoom in carefully, you guys can see shrapnel falling out of the sky. So here's what we know. Airstrikes can do damage to you, but they also don't do damage to you in every possible location. That is, or at least I don't think so, because I clearly got hit by the roof caving in on my head, and it did nothing to me. Either that, or I just barely had missed it. But I do have a gameplay example where it's heavily implied that an airstrike hit me and my brother, which caused a revive animation to be interrupted, which means that if Nathan, my brother, was to be on 1 HP and in black and white, I do believe that this could have resulted in him dying. I just don't have an exact gameplay example that I can give you. That being said, I want to label the last myth as plausible instead of busted or confirmed because of the fact that this not only seems to come down to chance, if whether or not that you're in the area in which rubble or shrapnel is going to hit you in the first place, but it also seems completely inconsistent if whether or not that it decides to damage you or not. In some instances, like in the spawn, it does. In some instances, like in the one building, it doesn't. And then some other instances where we're in the middle of the road, it looks like it is, but I just can't confirm it based off the angle. But yeah, guys, that is it here for today's video, and I do truly hope you guys ended up enjoying it. If you did, please consider dropping a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and all that beautiful stuff. If you also have a myth of your very own that you would like to be featured in next week's episode, please by all means leave it here in the comments down below, or also alternatively, you can leave it within my Discord server, which is going to be linked down below in this video's description. As we wrap up the video, guys, just want to mention two last quick things. Number one, I have a second YouTube channel. Now it is called Black Ninja 797 Extras. And on this channel, I'm going to be uploading and posting additional content that you would normally not see here on my main channel, such as gameplay, walkthroughs, funny moments with my friends, and Challenge Accepted, which was a series I used to do here on my main channel where I play games you guys request me to play. If you guys want to check out the second channel, there is going to be a link down below in this video's description. I also want to say thank you and shout out to Epic Games for being my first ever sponsor. I have a supporter creator code with them, and the code is just my name, Black Ninja 797. And if you guys want to, you can use it in the Fortnite and Epic Games item shops. Anybody that uses my code or has used it before in the past, I tremendously appreciate you. And yeah, guys, all that being said, I hope you ended up enjoying seeing another YouTube video. from the most unique YouTubers they're ever going to see. Thanks for watching, guys. I love all of you, and peace out.
Hey meme lords, Jesus here, and you better have enjoyed that video there by the eternal god Daddy Ninja. You should probably subscribe too, or the mighty Moab will come for your balls. If you enjoyed the video, you might like it too, and give me the memes. Flash, bang, boom!